All right, lots to get to today. Lots of videos. So, let us start with this article. Citing safety, USC cancels speech by valedictorian who has publicly supported Palestinians. Now, this is not a cut and dry thing because I can totally see this becoming problematic. But I could see it becoming problematic regardless of whether she was pro-Palestinian or pro-Israel. Either way, I could see it turning violent because things are just insane right now. But let's see if there's anything that would lead me to change my mind. The University of Southern California has canceled a commencement speech by its 2024 valedictorian, a Muslim student who has expressed support for Palestinians, citing substantial security risks for the event that draws 65,000 people to campus. So, okay, yeah, I like I said, I can see that happening. Didn't go far enough. Andrew T. Guzman, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs for the private university in Los Angeles, said in a statement Monday that the debate over the selection of the valedictorian has taken on an alarming tenor. Alright, so it sounds like people are upset that this person was named valedictorian to begin with. Okay. The intensity of feelings fueled by both social media and the ongoing conflict in the Middle East has grown to include many voices outside of USC and has escalated to the point of creating substantial risks relating to security and disruption at commencement, Guzman wrote. Valedictorian Asna Tabassum, who is graduating with a major in biomedical engineering and a minor in resistance to genocide, said she was blindsided by the decision. In a statement provided Tuesday by the Greater Los Angeles Area Office of the Council on American Islamic Relations, she said university officials on Monday told her that the school had the resources to take appropriate safety measures, but they were concerned about their image. Now that sounds a lot more like what's probably the truth than safety. Now granted, like I said, safety is probably an issue. And probably the fact that a Muslim was given the spot of valedictorian, well, not given because, she earned it, but that she was named valedictorian and she had the audacity to be Muslim, that probably, sent people crazy because people are, by and large, insane. I mean, I have strong opinions about what's going on in Gaza, but the thing is, I understand that this is by people in the region. I don't assume that all Jews agree with what's happening or that all Muslims agree with Hamas because, I don't think that's shallow. And you would think that by the time you reach college, most people would not do that either. Because that's kind of the point of college, is to think deeper about stuff and not just, be spoon-fed hate or something. Alright. So, I have no problem believing both are true. On the one hand, they're worried about their image, but also safety, which actually could kind of go hand in hand. So, anyway. Anti-Muslim and anti-Palestinian voices have subjected me to a campaign of racist hatred because of my uncompromising belief in human rights for all, she said. However, she added that she was not aware of any specific threats against her or the university. Just think about that sentence for a second. The audacity that somebody might be calling for human rights for everybody and not just, because you like that religion better or something, is considered radical. Seriously, she's not saying that Palestine should level Israel. She's not anti-Israel. She might be anti-Netanyahu, which is the correct position, but not anti-Israel, not anti-Jew. She's just doesn't like what Israel's doing in Gaza right now because she thinks that all groups should have basic human rights. How is that radical? How is that dangerous? Ugh. I am both shocked by this decision and profoundly disappointed that the university is succumbing to a campaign of hate meant to silence my voice. Which, yeah, that's why I'm, unsure about this. On the one hand, if it's truly about security, then I get it. But on the other hand, this is just going to anger the people on the other side, who, in theory, are just as irrationally hateful. So, how exactly is this helping you? I am not surprised by those who attempt to propagate hatred. I am surprised that my own university, my home for 4 years, has abandoned me. In his statement, Guzman asserted that the decision was solely about safety and USC's obligation to protect the campus community. Which, again, how many people who are mad that he ditched her, how many people of those who are going to create a disturbance at commencement anyway because of what he did, because of the decision he made. So yeah, this is a lose-lose situation if you're worried about, if your sole reason is safety. So yeah, probably I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and maybe when he said to her that this is about the image of the school, not that she's Muslim, but the fact that they don't want the university to be known as a violent place. But you said it yourself, this situation is just insane. So, you're going to see violence no matter what your decision is. So why not just stick to your guns? To be clear, this decision has nothing to do with freedom of speech, Guzman wrote. There is no free speech entitlement to speak at a commencement. The issue here is how best to maintain campus security and safety, period. Which again, if you're concerned about how volatile this issue is, this is a lose-lose situation, because the people who are pro-Palestine are going to be pissed, and maybe some might do the very disruption that you were afraid was going to happen if she was allowed to speak. So I just don't see how you are helping yourself at all. While Guzman did not specify whether there had been any threats made targeting the commencement speech, he said, "We cannot ignore the fact that the similar risks have led to harassment and even violence at other campuses." Okay, so you're assuming that bad things are going to happen because bad things happened elsewhere. That's not a horrible thing to do, because yes, college students do tend to think with a similar mind no matter where you are. But at the same time, what are you telling your own students about what you think of them? Oh yeah, you're just as insane as those crazies over there. I mean, come on. On one hand, I get it. You've seen it before, so you want to, you don't want this to repeat that. But on the other hand, this is a different campus. These are different people. Yes, there could happen, but again, deciding to change your mind and pick a different commencement speaker isn't going to help either. Because what it could easily happen that it could still be violent. Only the opposite way, because you decided to backtrack on your decision. All right. The decision was condemned by the Council on American Islamic Relations, as it should be. The USC cannot hide its cowardly decision behind a disingenuous concern for its security, the organization's executive director, Hussam Aloish, said in a statement. I hope I didn't totally butcher that. The selection of Tabassum as valedictorian has drawn criticism from on and off campus groups, including Trojans for Israel, which criticized her for anti-Semitic and anti-Zionist rhetoric, the Los Angeles Times reported. Now, the question is, they don't give examples, of course, but is it though? Or are we the type of Jews or type of people who will scream anti-Semitism if you criticize Israel? Because those are not the same thing. You can criticize Israel. That's not criticizing Jews. Because the Israeli government is not all Jews. And if you do that, you're just walking into the same anti-Semitic trope that causes anti-Semites to attack any Jew they see because, well, all Jews have to agree with Israel, so by extension, if I want to voice my displeasure with Israel, I can just attack my local Jewish person. So, no, you're not helping anything at all. Now, I could be wrong, and there might be something that she said that was horribly stupid. Maybe, maybe not. But I've seen it way too many times where people scream anti-Semitism for the crime of criticizing Israel. That isn't anti-Semitism. That is an anti-Zionist. Nobody, unless she's saying that Israel should be wiped off the map, no, she's not being anti-Semitic or anti-Zionist. So, yeah. But, yeah, I can see where he's concerned about security. But on the other hand, like I said, how many of these people who are her supporters are going to disrupt the commencement because they changed their decision? The organization End Jew Hatred issued a press release Monday night praising USC's decision. I've seen those commercials for End Jew Hatred, and, they sounded reasonable, not just end Jewish hatred, but end all hatred, and then they go and, basically endorse hatred. Right, great. Ms. Tabassum's speech as valedictorian was anticipated to be harmful to Jewish students and even potentially agitate anti-Jewish activists, the organization said. I just love it. We're not getting any examples, anything at all so far, as to why people think that, except for the fact that she's Muslim. What has she done or said that leads people to think that? Nobody is saying anything. And I'm pretty sure this group, End Jew Hatred, has zero idea as to anything specific, except for the fact that she's anti-Israel, which again is not the same as anti-Jew. And the fact that that nobody can seem to figure this out, except for that you have to be rational. And so many of these people are irrational in their hatred. Is just, well, that's kind of redundant, but anyway. I just, ugh. Tabassum said she loves her school and wanted to use the speech to inspire hope. I am a proud Trojan who loves my campus that has enabled me to go from building a walker to shipping medical gowns to Ukraine, to writing about the Rwandan genocide, to taking blood pressure measurements for our neighbors in Skid Row, referring to an area of Los Angeles known for its large homeless encampments. By canceling my speech, USC is only caving to fear and rewarding hatred, she said. Exactly. And considering the speech was, I don't know when the graduation is, but I can only assume that she at least had a rough draft. It would have been nice to see. Is there literally anything wrong with this speech? No? So, well then, it's obviously because she's Muslim. It's just, no examples have been given as to where people are claiming that she's anti-Semitic. Nobody is saying that. I just don't understand why it's so hard to, stand by your ground, because guess what? Now the people who are crazy, irrational, who claim to be on her side are going to be upset and probably are going to do something stupid at the commencement. So I just do not see where you thought you were actually accomplishing something. Especially when you said that campus security was ready. You told her that campus security was ready for whatever happened, and then you're like, maybe not. Seriously, what is going on here? I get that you're concerned about violence, but did you think that canceling this would make things less violent, less unstable? There's going to be plenty of people who are going to be pissed off on the other end. I just do not see where you thought you were making things better by making this decision. Even if it was purely for security reasons. I just don't see where you thought that it's going to be more secure by telling someone that they can't speak because it might become violent. Well, it could get violent the other way around now. So, congratulations. You showed yourself to be a coward, and you're probably not going to get what you wanted. So, congrats on that. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. That is the end of the article. So, with that, I will see you guys in the next video.